Tens of thousands of people will take to the streets this Saturday. These will not be protesters, rather they'll be a volunteer army of cleaners to pick up all the garbage dropped in the summer. Now, once the litter has been collected through, it will most likely be dumped in a landfill, the most common form of waste management in Russia. At the moment, it's a dirty, easy and profitable business, but that could be about to change, as Tatiana Polyakova reports.
A lot of rubbish is talked about Russia, but Russians rarely talk about rubbish. There are fortunes to be made from this dirty business. The process is quite simple here. You simply rent a place for a dump site, install some security, then get a contract with local authorities and then simply collect money from trucks bringing in waste. 90% of all Russian rubbish goes into landfill.
There are as many unsanctioned waste deposits in Russia as sanctioned ones, and despite Russia's huge size, space is becoming a problem.
Now we realize that we don't have so much land, especially around big cities.
The problem of rubbish in Russia is so complex, it's troubling a chess grandmaster. The 16-time world chess champion Anatolий Karpov leads a green movement that is trying to establish a recycling industry in Russia, a particularly tricky gambit.
In general, we have a much more complicated problem because of separation, the first step separation. And so our population is not educated for this, and so it means that we need more complicated technology to work with the material what we have.
So far, the money in muck is luring those who think least about recycling or sustainability, but the culture here is showing signs of change.
The Russian government plans to shed some light on this shady business. If and when they manage to legitimize the sector, the owners of such dump sites may lose their business and free up the industry for real high-tech recycling companies. Tatiana Polyakova, Business RT, Moscow region.
What do you think of that?
I think it's a load of rubbish. No,
well,
sorry.
You won't say that,
no, I mean, I think it's a great idea, the idea of people going out into the streets, coming together as a community and picking up trash.
It's nice. Should they have to?
The answer is no. People shouldn't have to do that, and I think that's what taxes are for, of course. But I do also think that it's a nice thing to do, and it's a nice thing for children to do as well. Because
picking up rubbish, you want your kids picking up rubbish if you had them?
I think so. I think it's a good lesson to learn.
I suppose there's boundaries, isn't there? Picking up a sweet wrapper might not be so bad.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'd want them picking up, like...
Oh, the hygiene.
Well, all sorts of things. You wouldn't want them rummaging around in a rubbish dump like that, that's for sure.
Definitely
I suppose if you're just picking up a few of your own bits of rubbish around your
which
area...
everyone should do.
Yeah, your own area, I suppose. Clean up your own little park area, that perhaps might be nice.
I think if people wear gloves and a nose peg and a hat and all sorts of things, then it's okay. But I suppose there is the hygiene part of it, of course. But one thing that infuriates me more than anything is people that do just chuck their rubbish, and it absolutely infuriates me. And I remember I was actually at home in England just before I moved here, and I was in Asda's, a supermarket, and there was a big car, a big family, and they were all eating McDonald's, and every 2 seconds they were just chucking stuff out of the window, and I remember sitting there just feeling infuriated. And what a lesson to teach children, you know, just to chuck it all out. And when they drove off, there was just kind of a big pile of McDonald's rubbish, and I thought, how disgusting is that?
You know what's the worst though? Chewing gum. And from the time I've spent in Spain, some of the streets you walk down and they are just like kind of mottled effect. It's just black marks everywhere, and of course it's not biodegradable, so the chewing gum can stay there for decades. But unfortunately, I suppose it depends on where you are, the culture. Some people think it's acceptable in certain countries to do certain things. So
I just don't think it should be acceptable anywhere, because you wouldn't necessarily walk around your own house and start chucking rubbish anywhere. But as soon as you get on the street, people seem to think that it's acceptable.
Well, you'll get your chance to go and pick up some rubbish.
Yes, I will be there. With my marigolds on,
Well done, Katie. You can
high
represent me
well.
if that's okay.
No, you can come as well. No, I'll be doing it in high heels. I'll be picking up rubbish, but I'll be doing it in style.
Oh, well done. I shouldn't have expected any less from you there.
There we are.
Okay, lovely as always. Good to see you again.
Good to be here.